Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about the March 7th, 2023 full moon in Virgo, part 1 of 2. There will be a full moon in Virgo on March 7th, 2023. Now, a full moon in astrology can manifest in uninhibited emotional expression. It can be a very powerful outpouring of emotions. What may have been suppressed for some time may come out. Now, being in Virgo, this may be filled with a lot of derisive and critical remarks. It may be something that caused much worry and anxiety in some people. Now, the thing is, though this may impact everybody collectively, people with a Virgo or Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant will be impacted the strongest by this. Now, Virgo, of course, because it's going to be in their own sign, and the zodiac sign Cancer because the Moon governs Cancer. Cancer is very sensitive to all transits and phases of the moon. This may be strongly attributed to, as to why the zodiac sign Cancer can be so moody, fickle, and temperamental. And now this transit may be especially intensified if it makes a conjunction to one's Virgo Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Now, the full moons in astrology, they could represent the completions and culmination of something. Being in Virgo, it may be something associated with analysis. It could be the end of worrying about something, extrapolating or compiling data, something associated with health and fitness, diet, servicing something. If it falls in the third house, as an example, it could be the completion of diagnosing a vehicle. It may be the ending of frugality or parsimony. If I'm saying it right, parsimony or parsimony. It could be, a project that required one to be very punctilious with details, something that required a lot of editing, correction, and revision. A health-related fitness goal or health-related issue may come to a completion for some. And some people may be, full, tired, exasperated, so to speak, or to say full, I mean, like the full moon full of maybe of their health insurance coverage, and it may come to an end. Now there may be, at this time when you have the full moon, there may be a greater propensity for accidents. Now vehicle accidents may occur. As an example, being in Virgo, it could be not to be precisely in a lane, as an example, such as very narrow car lane in which you could easily, inadvertently, move out of and wind up hitting another vehicle. There may be, more road rage due to, I would say, critical and judgmental energy. Now, I don't believe, accidents, are limited to car accidents on the full moon. I would say there could be a greater proclivity for accidents that, again, are not related to vehicles. It could be something associated with health and fitness. As an example, let's say somebody's, lifting up, a weight, and they're on the bench press, and what happens is, they don't have, they don't put the barbell, back on the bench press properly, that rack on the bench press properly, and winds up getting pinned under the weights. Or another example, a bench press, not being secure enough, and winds up coming loose, and same thing basically happens. The person gets pinned under their, under the weight, as another example. And it's really, it's something where work-related accidents, because Virgo is associated, it's the zodiac sign associated with work and employment. I would think work-related accidents may be more prevalent at this time. Now, this could also be a time, for some, it could be, a Virgo-related revelation or unveiling. It could be a worrisome situation that is disclosed. It could be something regarding frugality or parsimony associated with a person. Maybe something comes out regarding one's diet. It could be, a person, that has been merely complaining compulsively about something. And maybe it comes to light at this time, as for example, somebody complaining about an individual behind their back. Let's say, if you have this in the 12th house of hidden adversaries, it could be, somebody, that might have been complaining incessantly about you behind your back. You thought was actually a friend, but they were, reality is that maybe they were, making a lot of critical, derogatory remarks about you, and you're finding out that the person was actually a hidden enemy. As an example, hold on a second, people. Now, sorry about that, but I'm just trying to see what else, as far as, this full moon in Virgo goes. Well, there's also another thing about this full moon in Virgo. I mean, I talked about, the revelation unveiling. Could be somebody complaining compulsively, but I'll give another example. Let's say, it could be, data that was missing comes to life. Virgo has a connection with data. It could be, let's say if it falls in the 8th house, as an example, it could be, say data from a toxicology report. The 8th house is associated with toxins. Now, revelations are not, always bad. It could be, self-revelation, which one becomes more cognizant of, analytical, organizational, or cerebral ability that he or she may have. It could be an ability to compartmentalize, such as defragging a computer. It may also reveal, someone, that may be, germophobic or hypochondriac, and I don't know if those words still apply, but you understand. What I'm saying is people, could be, incessantly worrying about germs when, it's not always, necessary to worry about them to such a great extent. And may also, at this time, something may come out, regarding, a crime of misery, connected with, could be with someone's lower income, stature in life, such as, somebody panhandling, loitering, or soliciting. The full moon can indicate, a time, where one simply, again, becomes tired, full or exasperated at something. Being in Virgo, it could be, somebody that is overly pedantic, critical, judgmental, worrisome, cynical, or anxious. Virgo is about precision. And it's interesting, someone told me, one time, that I was too precise for him. I don't remember, the transits I had on that day, but it was funny. It was, it wouldn't surprise me if there were, some transits in Virgo at the time, and he might have been picking up on my South Node in Virgo as well. So, anyway, now in some cases, hold on again, people. It could be the end of a Virgo profession. And the thing about this is, some examples, like, say, a Virgo profession, it could be somebody ending something as a data analyst, a computer programmer, let's say dietitian, or a fitness instructor, a nutritionist, a healthcare worker, an editor, a proofreader, or even a veterinarian. Um, in some instances, there may be, disclosure, of a Virgo health related issue, and I would say especially if it falls in the first or sixth house in one's natal chart, because the first house is associated with the physical body, the sixth house governs physical health related issues. And there may be some issue, as an example, with IBS or abdominal problems, digestion, food assimilation, the pancreas, spleen, or intestinal issues. Now, the fact this is just a regular full moon, let me indicate it would likely be nothing as overly serious. Now, look at the house. This falls in because this could impact its delineation and interpretation. Now, this is going to fall in my fifth house. Now, I'm wondering, this could be the end of me doing, the videos in which I may be extrapolating, which is Virgo, sports, which is the fifth house data, and it might be, even though right now football season, NFL season is over, doesn't mean I couldn't come to a decision on this at this time before the next NFL regular season begins in this coming September. Now the thing is, it could also be a realization or an awareness, which is the full moon, of perhaps being overly particular and critical, which is Virgo, of potential lovers, which is the fifth house. And I hope this is not the ending for me for some cerebral or analytical, which is Virgo, amusement or enjoyment, which is the fifth house. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.